Good day, everyone, and welcome to Supply Chain Spotlight, the talk show where we break down real-world supply chain issues in a simple and practical way. I'm your host, Javan, and today we'll be discussing how supply chain management works during disasters using Hurricane Melissa and its impact on Hanover. Joining me today are two amazing guests. First, we have Jody Kay, who will be focusing on logistics operations and disaster response. Welcome, Jody Kay.
Thank you, Javon. I'm happy to be here.
And also with us is Chalet, who will focus on technology, modern supply chains, and e-logistics. Welcome, Chalet.
Thank you, Javon. Looking forward to the discussion.
It's great to have you guys today. Okay, let's start with the basics. Jody Kay, how did Hurricane Melissa affect supply chain management and logistics in Hanover?
Hurricane Melissa definitely had a major impact on supply chains in Hanover. Supply chains are very important during disasters because they help move food, water, medical supplies, and shelter materials to people who are in need. When the hurricane hit, the normal flow of goods into Hanover was totally disrupted. And one of the biggest problems was transportation damage. So roads connecting Hanover to St. James and Westmoreland, they were blocked by fallen trees, flooding, and debris. So because of this, relief trucks and emergency vehicles were delayed.
Okay, I see. So transportation was a major issue.
Yes, definitely. Hanover relies heavily on road transport, right? When roads were damaged, supplies couldn't move efficiently. And this caused delays and increased logistics costs. Another issue was warehousing. Hanover does not have many permanent emergency storage facilities. And because of that, places like schools, churches, and community centers, they were used to store relief items. While this did help, these locations didn't have proper inventory systems, right? Which made tracking supplies very difficult.
That sounds like a lot of pressure on the system.
It definitely was. There were also communication problems, right? So power outages and damaged cell towers affected how information was shared. Relief agencies, they didn't always have real-time updates, which slowed down decision making.
So, despite all these challenges, was anything done right?
Yes, definitely. Collaboration played a major role, right? ODPEM, they worked with local government, private transport operators, and community leaders, right? This teamwork, it helped improve last mile delivery and made sure vulnerable households received supplies.
That leads us nicely into our next topic. Chalet, how have logistics and supply chain functions evolved in the 21st century during disasters?
Good question. So in the past, logistics mainly focused on transporting goods with very little planning or even coordination. But today's supply chain is more organized, data-driven, and flexible. After the Hurricane Melissa, we saw that clearly in Hanover. ODPME worked with the Hanover Corporation together situation report from communities like Lucy, Green Island, Sandy Bay, and Hopewell. This information helped them deciding where supplies were mostly needed.
So, it wasn't random distribution?
Exactly. So, relief supply like food, water, hygiene items, and chapalins were distributed based on needs. This reduced waste and improved fairness. After improving in the hub and spoke system, Lucy acted as a center hub where supplies were received, sorted, and then delivered to the surrounding communities using small vehicles and also volunteers.
I see. That sounds a lot more efficient.
It is, however, modern supply chain still depends on infrastructure, damaged road, power outage, and communication failure show that even advanced system has weakness.
Let's talk about technology. So, Shali, what role did information technology play in logistics after Hurricane Melissa?
So information technology was extremely important. Community leaders use mobile phones and messaging app to report damage and request help. This gave us real-time information which improved decision making. However, when cell towers, electricity were damaged, communication become difficult. That's where satellite internet like Starlink become important. It helped restore communication for government agency.
Interesting. So, Jodike, did information technology help with food distribution?
Of course, yes. Organizations like World Central Kitchen use digital tools to organize volunteers, plan delivery routes, and manage community kitchens. So, this allowed them to provide meals even when normal supply chains were disrupted, right? So, also, the international organizations like the World Food Program and UNICEF, they use digital systems to track inventory and avoid duplication of aid.
Great. Okay, let's shift slightly. Jodike, can you explain the key logistics operations of manufacturing organizations?
Sure. Manufacturing logistics includes several key areas, right? So you have inbound logistics, which bring raw materials to the factory. You have production logistics, which move materials inside the factory. You have warehousing, that's for storage. You have inventory management, so that's to control stock levels. You have transportation to move goods, and we have outbound distribution, which delivers finished products to customers, right? And all these activities, they help reduce costs and meet customer demand.
Can you give any examples of this?
Yes, Toyota Motor Corporation uses a just-in-time system, so parts arrive only when needed, reducing waste, right? And locally, Grace Kennedy Limited uses warehousing, inventory systems, and transportations to distribute products across Jamaica and overseas.
Finally, let's talk about e-logistics. Shali, was e-logistics used during Hurricane Melissa?
Yes, I would say e-logistic, it was very much of a help to us because as we know, e-logistic use digital tools to manage logistic activities. A major example was the Support Jamaica disaster relief portal, which allowed people to report damage, donate funds, and register as volunteers. Another example was the digital toll road approval system, which allows vehicles to travel for free once approved online. This reduces delay and helps supply reach Hanover faster.
I see. So technology was really a game changer and it really improved efficiency.
Absolutely, I absolutely agree with you. So it reduced paperwork, improve coordination, and also increase transparency.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it clearly shows that supply chain management is critical during disasters. Hurricane Melissa exposed weaknesses such as damaged infrastructure and communication failures, but also highlights strengths like collaboration, modern logistics systems, and e-logistics. Thank you so much to my guests Jodike and Shali for sharing these insights, and thank you to everyone for tuning into Supply Chain Spotlight. Until next time.